All right, I'm here with Jodi Rich. Jodi,
Hi.
I appreciate you taking some time to talk a little bit about this journey that we've been on together. And Jodi is someone that I have been working with to find the perfect franchise fit. And I think we've done it. Obviously, we're at that point. So, Jodi, let's talk a little bit about why did you first start thinking about wanting to investigate a franchise?
Yeah, so I had been working in insurance for about 23 years or a little bit longer, and I had worked my way up to CEO, and it was a great career. I was doing very well. I was very successful. Um, Although I was working about 16 hours a day and felt like there's no freedom to this. This is not what life is supposed to be. And I just didn't know how I was ever going to change that staying where I was. And it didn't feel like a really good future to
Yeah.
stay that way.
So lots of stress, lots of pressure, lots of hours.
Yes.
What I call people that fit that category is a corporate refugee. And you kind of feel like you're trapped almost. Would you agree with that as the idea as to why you were looking?
Yeah, I would say, like, you kind of hit that. Well, I'm the CEO. I was very young when I became the CEO, and I had already been that for 15 years, and it felt like I don't have anywhere else to go
Mhm.
professionally. Personally, this is not going great for my life with 16-hour
Right.
days, working 7 days a week. And I mean, financially, because I had been there for 15 years, I kind of, other than a small bit of increase, no matter what I did, I wasn't going to really advance.
Right. And I mean, to be honest, what you have to find when you're in that position, what you're looking for me, I look for someone that there is a little bit of pain, right? Because if everything is roses and perfect and you're making lots of money and you love your job and love the people that are around you, then why would you look for something else? But
Right.
when you hit that plateau and life gets hard and there's some pain and the finance and the extra work that you put into all of this really stops paying off for you, that's when franchising is a great option.
Yes.
So, Jodi, tell me a little bit about the process that we went through, and did you like it and did it work for you?
Yeah, it was a very smooth process, I would say. And I had, you know, starting up with our conversation, I was pretty sure I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know the options franchise wise, and I didn't know for sure if that's what I wanted to do. So, you taking me through that process of what are your interests, what do you want, it really, and then narrowing down the brands that made sense for me, and then getting to go through the investigation with them. It was a very smooth process, and it did bring me clarity that
Right.
I was in fact correct. That was the route I wanted to go.
Yeah. After doing this for 26 years now at this point, I like to tell people that I try to make this a science instead of a guessing game, right? Because if it's a guessing game, it can get really frustrating. There are so many options out there, there's so many things to look about, and you just get bogged down. So
Mhm.
I try to take all those characteristics that you mentioned, things that you're looking for, employees, hours, what the pain was in your current job and why we want to alleviate that, and find the right fit for you.
Right.
So tell me, what was that right fit?
Yeah. So my right fit was focal point coaching, and there was lots of reasons it was focal point coaching, and but there it's a great community, and they're very caring. They're a very supportive franchise, and as are all the other franchisees. Like, there is no competition between us. It is, we all, they, every single one want the other to be successful.
Yeah.
So really collaborative community. And so you're doing it alone. You're an entrepreneur on your own, but you're not alone. They're always there, and they all want to help you. Like, I
Yeah.
kind of, we're going through it. I thought, do they? But they really do.
Yeah.
And it's great. And they have amazing values. And their values are not just words. Like, it is, they live them.
Right. That's the mark of a successful brand, being in business for yourself, but not by yourself, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about who are you looking for now that you're a coach? You're an entrepreneur, you're a coach, you're ready to launch this business. You just finished training, right?
Yeah.
And now you're launching the business. Who are you looking for in a customer?
Yeah, so that's a really great question, because that is unique to every single franchisee, which is also great. It leads to why we're also never in competition with each other, because we're all looking for different customers. My ideal, there's two of them. And one is an executive level, so executive level individual, because I was that person and I know how lonely it can be. And you know, in that moment, you don't have anybody you can talk. You have these great ideas. How can I expand our business? What can I do? But you don't have anybody you can talk about it with, because you don't want to go to your board or your team until you're sure it's the right idea, or at least a little bit more concrete. So you get a person you can bounce it off of. And I was really fortunate at the end of my career, I had a coach that I got to do that, bouncing ideas off of, and how rewarding it was. So I want to be that person that helps those people feel rewarded. And my other ideal client is teams. So again, the kind of, your leadership teams where they're lacking some communication in some way. And so we have a lot of assessments that we do at Focal Point that help you understand your behavior styles, your EQ, your emotional intelligence. What are your motivators? And often each individual team member is excellent, and they're actually an excellent team. They just don't know how to communicate. And so I come in and help them really become a great team.
Yeah. So you're the glue that keeps it all together.
Yes. Right. So rewarding.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Yes. So I haven't asked you this question, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay. Would
you do this again?
I would. Absolutely. Absolutely do it again. For two reasons. Again, okay. I often have two. You made that process so smooth and reassuring. Like I said, I was pretty certain that's what I wanted, but I had those questions still in my own mind, and you kind of really gave me that clarity, and I can feel it within myself. This is it. This is the thing. And Focal Point, they're incredible. They're a great brand. They're exactly what I'm looking for, with where their values matter. They're not just words, they matter, and they're there for you.
Right. So. That's awesome. Well, I loved the opportunity to work with you. I think we found a really good fit.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see all the success that you're going to have. So I appreciate you taking time, meeting face to face, talking about this, and would love for you to keep me updated on how things go as we go through the process.
I will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.